Hardball. We have a great show in store for you today, focusing on teacher pay schedules in Ohio. We have two teachers here with us today who will explain some alternatives to the current policy. But first, a little bit of background. Currently, teachers in the state of Ohio are paid on a single salary schedule. Almost every public school district in Ohio uses this type of pay schedule. The schedule is based on two criteria. First, education levels and academic training, and second, years of experience. A teacher's salary is calculated using a beginning, or base salary, and scheduled salary increases. The base salary is determined by the teacher's degree and years of experience. The increases in salary can be in three different forms: the form of step increases, increases in the base salary, or index changes. Step increases are received automatically for a set number of years and periodically until a maximum is reached. Second, a base salary increase is an across-the-board increase to the pay level of a teacher by a set percentage. So for example, on your screen you can see that Teacher A, in their first year with just a bachelor's degree, would make $31,514. In their second year, that pay salary would increase to $32,885 because of the base salary increase. Finally, salaries can be increased by adding experience or training into the index equation. This chart shows a sample teacher's salary schedule starting with a bachelor's degree and 0 years experience. Many believe that the single salary schedule is not the best way to determine teacher salaries. Many people are strong proponents of alternative schedules, such as pay for performance or corporate evaluation. Now I would like to welcome our special guests. First, we have Michael Fagans, a teacher of 15 years in Toledo, Ohio. He has his master's and PhD from Ohio State University. Welcome, Michael.
The Ohio State University.
I apologize. He has his master's and PhD from the Ohio State University. On my right, we have Thomas Egan. Thomas has been a teacher in the Cleveland, Ohio area for 9 years. He received his master's in education from John Carroll University. Thank you for joining us today, gentlemen. Why don't you start off? Tell us about your idea of paying teachers on a pay-for-performance schedule.
Pay for performance is a policy where teachers are rewarded for student achievement, which is measured by test scores, rather than degrees or seniority, which have a weak correlation to student achievement. It's modeled after the private sector, and results have shown that there's a strong connection to productivity and organizational output. Pay for performance would eliminate teacher shortage, increase student achievement, as well as increase teacher retention rates.
Thomas, now will you inform us about your preferred plan, corporate evaluation?
Sure, Jesse. Well, most people don't get raises automatically in their jobs, so why should teachers get a raise just for coming back to teach each year? Why not make teachers earn their raises like most other people do in their jobs? I say that schools should put the power of raises in the hands of the teachers' bosses, base teacher pay off evaluations done by students, teachers, and their other teachers, parents of students, as well as the administration and principals of the school. Let the evaluations be the basis for the principal's decision on whether or not to give individual teacher pay raises. This will provide an incentive for teachers to work very hard to maximize their raise, which will hopefully lead to them providing a better education for our children.
All right, well, I think the real question is, how will your proposed plan affect teachers?
If teachers fully understand the policy in place and bonuses are significant enough to create motivation, the policy will be embraced. It may take time to eliminate unproductive and unmotivated teachers who would disagree, but the policy would also attract motivated and talented young college graduates to the profession, and this would benefit overall productivity. The initial reaction to pay for performance may be negative to those unmotivated in bringing about student achievement, and the fact that this policy is new to the public sector. But this would only occur where teachers have no incentives to bring about student results, or when results are not easily measured, such as art teachers or music teachers.
And Thomas, how do you think teachers would react to a corporate evaluation pay schedule?
Well, it'll affect mostly the lazy teachers, the ones that just coast by with the same old techniques that are out of date. It'll affect them negatively. They won't really like the plan. But the hard-working teachers who've been doing a good job throughout the years they're finally going to benefit from this.
Well, Thomas, Michael, thank you so much for joining us on Hardball today. As you heard today, there seems to be some call for change among teacher pay schedules. Especially in Ohio, many think that the current policy just isn't doing it anymore. But what is ideal? How do we take the individual opinions of 120,000 teachers in the state of Ohio and turn it into an agreeable policy? The best way might just be a compromise. But what would this plan look like? For this, we go to a special guest, Dr. Stephen Escoffier, who has his PhD from Toledo University.
One possible compromise could look like the following. Using the criteria set in place by the current policy, the single salary schedule as a starting point. From there, salary increases are determined by a number of different factors, including student performance and personal performance evaluations and reviews. An equation can be developed to control the impact these external factors have on a teacher's salary. Each factor included in the equation is given a weight. The teacher's performance score in each area is then multiplied by the weight of the factor. All the external factors are then added together to determine the pay increase based on a predetermined raise schedule. This change from the current policy will help overall education by increasing teacher productivity. This increased productivity is needed because of the amount of money the government invests in providing education for every American, and it is important that the investment pays off. This increased productivity input will allow for a better output for the system. Students will be more valuable to employers, making them contributing members of society and helping them repay their education costs to the government.
Thank you. Although this may be the direction in which Ohio is heading, it is likely that any new plan will take at least a few years to implement. It is something to think about, though. Hopefully we'll have an update on Ohio's policy on teacher pay schedules for you in the near future. Until then, thank you for watching Hardball, and I look forward to seeing you next time.